Hi there folks, now today I want to talk to you about what I think is one of the biggest challenges or killers of many of the aspiring traders and investors out there, and that's the FOMO trade. FOMO, the fear of missing out. Look, I hope you're keeping well, both physically and mentally, during these very testing times of COVID. You know, the lockdown certainly is a big challenge. But one of the biggest things that I find with this COVID lockdown that I miss is the school run. I absolutely love taking my kids to school, up to the playground in the morning. I miss the chitter chatter from the school mums and the occasional school dad as well. I think I am now though looking like one of the oldest ones up there. I guess some of them assume maybe I'm just a grandfather or something. But what I miss is the conversation of real life people. These are not traders. They are just regular people, school mums and the occasional school dad. I am known up there as the city trader. I get a lot of mums up there coming up to me asking me things like, have you heard of Bitcoin? Whispering to me so that the other mums can't hear that they may be considering investing. Now, should they be buying now? You know, it was all the rage back at the end of 2017. Every time, after all, you turned on the news in the evening, it was all about Bitcoin. The world and his wife were talking about it, piling into something new, something they knew nothing about, but they knew fast money was to be had by some. It's on the evening news. Chances are it's too late. That's the fear of missing out. What about the Uber driver? Don't we miss that chitter chatter? I'm thinking of buying Bitcoin, so I don't have to drive this cab anymore. I don't think they speak like that really, but there you go. These are signs to me that this bubble was going to burst. Of course, we hit a high of what it was, 20,000, and then soon fell off a cliff back down to something around the 3,000 level. School mums stopped talking to me in the playground about Bitcoin. They were, I guess, ashamed that they'd lost some of their family savings. Uber drivers, they certainly weren't talking about Bitcoin. They were on to their next get rich scheme as well. Interesting, Bitcoin is now up around the 35,000 level at the time of recording. But it's hardly in the press at all these days. It's certainly not on the evening news. Most probably means that the value has more chance to hold, as those FOMO traders, they'd be wiped out after the first crash and now looking onto something else. Now, I'm pretty sure if the schools were open this week, I would be quite busy in the playground. And with this week, we'll be talking about GameStop. Now, that was the stock that was trading around 20 bucks at the beginning of the year. Then the Reddit platform of all these retail traders, they all conspired together to basically squeeze out those hedge funds that had sold the stock short. And this basically led to a meteoric rise all the way up to $500 or so. It was on the evening news. Everyone was talking about it. Retail was piling in like there's no tomorrow, although I think some of the platforms stopped that after a while. This frenzy calmed down and the stock has pulled back. I'm just looking at the screen at the moment, just trading around $90. So a lot of people have lost a lot of money on the way up. Maybe they have been hurt pretty bad on the way down. Those that feared missing out on this new get-rich scheme, they have lost a ton of money. They missed Bitcoin, and they certainly weren't going to miss out on this one. Now, I don't know about you, but a lesson I was taught very early on with my parents was, if it's too good to be true, well, I'll let you complete that sentence. I think it was Warren Buffett that once said, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Think about that for a moment. Very, very wise words, I would say. Now, I'm old enough to remember the dot-com boom back in the 90s. Remember that, when the stocks started to surge as all that speculative investment basically propped up and put these stocks to ridiculous high levels. I think the Nasdaq, which is like the index for the tech stocks in the US, for a better description, I think that rose something like 400% in just a couple of years. But like most bubbles, they burst at some point. That's basically why they're called bubbles, yeah? Everyone was caught with their pants down as the dot-com stocks were getting slammed to the wall. Investors around were losing billions as these companies went under. Although I think Amazon stock was one of the few survivors, and we know certainly what's happening to Amazon stock these days. So be careful when you see all this speculative money piling into an assets that have little or no fundamental backing. If it's on the evening news, if the school mums are talking about it, the Uber driver talks about it, chances are it's too good to be true. So the FOMO affects not only the school mums and the Uber drivers, the regular guy in the street, but it also affects us day traders, those that sit here in front of our screens all day long trying to earn a living. The FOMO challenge is one of the biggest challenges that the day trader faces. So now let's look at some triggers, some events that can cause you to fall foul of the FOMO trade. It really is so important that you know what triggers affect you so that you can learn to filter them out. Okay, number one. Now, one of the biggest challenges for a day trader is being on a losing streak. But everyone has losing trades, right? Everyone has losing streaks. It's part of what we do. Imagine for a moment you've got a profitable trading strategy, say with a 50% win-loss ratio. That means you're going to make on half and lose on the other half. It's possible, of course, to have a profitable strategy if you take bigger profits on your winning trades than the losses you take on your losing trades. Now, in an ideal world, you're going to have a winner followed by a loser, a winner followed by another loser. But life isn't like that. It's impossible to know the random distribution of how your 50% win-loss ratio will play out. A big challenge is when you start your trading day with a string of losses. Right out of the gate, you lose on the first 5, 6 or 7 trades. Now, this is a real common trigger for the FOMO trade. You start taking trades that don't meet your criteria. Now, you want to get back to break even. Look, those 5, 6, 7 losers, they will average out over the next 100 or 200 trades. But you fight it for that short-term gain. It's far better if you have a random share of winners and losers rather than fighting off those early losses. So think about that when you have that string of losses. Don't fear of missing out on your target because you've had those losers. It will average out over time. Think about the law of large numbers. Now here's another one. Sitting in a trading room, seeing all the other traders all getting whipped up as they're on a winning side of a trade. It's very easy to feel left out. Why didn't I get on that trade? I must be going mad. Why is everyone making money and I'm not? Why am I not invited to the party? So you feel you want to get involved. You want to be included in all this banter. And you're probably getting involved just as everyone else is going to the cloakroom to get their coats and they're going home and getting out of the trade. So be aware of that. Don't get sucked into trades because everyone else is making money on a certain trade. Stick to your trading plan, stick to your own strategy and ignore what others are doing. Having a winning trade that gets stopped out. Okay, so there you are, you're in a trade, you get stopped out, but then the market turns in the direction that you predicted. There's nothing worse than this when this happens. It's a fantastic setup, but you end up losing money on the trade. Now the FOMO trader, he jumps back in because he knows he was right in the beginning. Only this time, he's in at a whole different level with new stops, new risk. You've got to move right, but the timing was off. It happens to all of us. Accept it. If that's one of your triggers, stamp it out. You have to accept it. Taking profits ahead of your profit target. Feels good, yeah? You take your profit, you feel good. You're a trader, yeah? Everything's going well. But then you see the trade continue on. Should have been in the trade for longer, yeah? You should have kept it going. You've left money on the table. You knew you had a good setup. You want that feeling to be back. You want to be making money again. So you jump back into the trade. Only this time, the inevitable happens and it reverses. Let your initial analysis and profit targets play out and don't mess with it. Hesitation. Here's a big one. You see the perfect trade setup. All the rules apply. The stars are aligning. But for whatever reason, you don't take the trade. Perhaps you've listened to me on a live stream and my bias was the other way. So you've listened to me and you've not taken the trade. Then the trade goes the way you had expected. You end up cursing Lockwood and you curse yourself for listening to Lockwood and you jump into the trade. But now the timing is wrong. The entry is wrong. The stop's in a different place. The trade is completely different than the original trade setup. Don't hesitate. If your rules apply, take the trade. Now, look, by now, if you've been following me at all, you would hopefully be keeping a trade journal. That's basically logging each and every trade. It's crucial for your continued success. So keep a journal and be honest in your journal. if it was a FOMO trade, log it as such. Winners and losers. Then after a time, you'll be able to look back and see the negative impact that the FOMO trading was having on your account. The FOMO trader is more, I think, like gamblers. Some make money, some don't, but most of us are left holding the bag. The best way to avoid the FOMO trade is to keep grounded. Don't expect the wealth and success to be handed to you on a plate. Remember, if it's too good to be true, ... you can complete the sentence. Look, let me know your comments below. Let me know any FOMO experiences that you've had. I'd be interested to see if indeed I've missed some out. Maybe I'm taking some FOMO trades that I don't know. So please do leave a comment with some of your experiences. As always, hope you liked the video. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and that notification as well. Follow us on all the socials. And of course, don't forget 2 p.m. London time, live Facebook, where we stream market events for the week ahead. As always, I stream on a Monday with a market outlook, looking for the week ahead. Another really good reason to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.